What's up, guys? We have another trade to announce. Trades on trades today, and this one is Jiri Hudler going to the Florida Panthers. So I'm going to give my initial thoughts, then we're going to break down the trade in the NHL 16 be a GM simulation mode. So I really like this trade on Florida's aspect. First, we'll go over what the actual trade was. SportsCenter is going to break it down. They said, Trade Center alert, Calgary Flames trade forward Jiri Hudler to the Florida Panthers in exchange for a 2016 second round pick and a 2018 fourth round pick. So I love this trade on Florida's end. Florida is obviously having a fantastic year. They are building for the playoffs right now. A scoring winger is definitely what they need. And I really like Jiri Hudler for a few reasons. I like him because he scored 30 goals in the past. Am I saying he's going to get 30 goals again? Probably not, but he's a really good player. I also like him because he has a Stanley Cup and he's a vet. I mean, only 32 years old. Would you classify that as a vet? I'm not too sure. I guess kind of. He's been around the league for a really long time with Detroit and then the Calgary Flames. But he scored 30 goals and he has a Stanley Cup, which is a huge bonus for a Florida Panthers team that's relatively young. I mean, you got players like Yager and Luongo, Brian Campbell, who are the vets, but I think you can never have enough veteran leadership going towards the Stanley Cup playoffs. And I mean, especially in this day and age when it's a much faster game. I don't know if Yager can compete throughout a 7-game playoff series. I mean, he probably will because he's a freak of nature, but I love this Jiri Hudler trade. Let's break it down in the GM mode simulation here. So it's a second round pick from this year and a fourth round pick in 2018. Again, Jiri Hudler has a really good rating in NHL 16. I believe he's more around to 85, 86 overall, but he did score 76 points last year. That's why he got the big rating. So it's not going to go through on Calgary's end. They're going to be a little bit upset that we even offered that. They're going to say, hell no, have you looked at our trade block? What are you doing? But if you do this the other way, the Florida Panthers are going to be ecstatic about this trade. They are going to accept it before we change our mind about it. So I love that trade. The clear winner in my eyes is the Florida Panthers, strictly because they could go all the way this year. I'm a big Florida Panther believer. I'm definitely on the bandwagon. I mean, a second round pick isn't a small deal either, especially from Calgary, probably not going to make the playoffs. So I like it for both teams. I like it more for the Florida Panthers. Oh man, I am busy today with the trades. Florida made 2 more moves. I'm going to talk about the small one, then the bigger one after. So they also acquired Josef Kindl from Detroit for like a 7th round pick. I'm not going to put that one through on the GM mode because it's going to be obviously accepted on both ways. Just a small deal. Kindle's pretty decent, but a 7th round pick, really a low risk, high reward type trade. I like it on Florida's end. And the bigger one was Pierre LeBrun's going to talk about it. He says Teddy Purcell traded from Edmonton to Florida for a 3rd round pick. So I love that trade again, especially on Florida's end, getting another depth scorer. I mean, Florida's really beefing up for the playoff run. I really like this trade on both ends. Edmonton gets another draft pick. I mean, another draft pick for Edmonton, come on. But a 3rd round pick isn't really that big of a price to pay. Florida looks like they're going all out this year for the playoff run, and I really hope they do well. Like I said earlier, I'm definitely on the playoff bandwagon for the Panthers. Now let's try out this trade in the NHL 16 GM simulation. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit lopsided once again. Purcell has a little bit higher trade value. We're going to go on Edmonton's end to Florida, and they say absolutely Florida will take that trade, no doubt about it. Now on Edmonton's end, they say no, obviously, because he's got a little higher trade value. That's a problem with NHL 16, is that some players are a little bit overrated, but I love the trade on both ends. I like it more on Florida, just like the Jiri Hudler trade. Let me know what you guys think. Again, Monday is going to be a hell of a day, even if there's any trades left. There's so many happening right now, but let me know who you think is the winner in the comments, and I'll see you in the next trade, probably in like 10 minutes, because so many trades are happening right now.